Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to an unnamed robot that is currently completely disarmed in terms of weaponry. Off camera, I've been quite busy building this robot, and actually did record another episode, which was the finishing building of this robot, and then sending it into battle with a flak on its head, just to make sure it all works out okay in terms of block spam, which it did very admirably indeed. But since the recent patch came out, Maximum Loadout, I found that almost the entire episode I was talking about things that no longer apply to the game, and since it would have took a little bit of time to edit, I would have had to post it on the day of the patch being released, and so I would have had to correct myself the entire video through. So rather than go through all that hassle, we're making another episode, testing out this bot with a variety of weapon setups. So right now, as you can probably tell, and as I've already mentioned, Robo 10 here doesn't have any weapons whatsoever. It is completely disarmed. It is a mech, it's a walker, it's block spam, and it's got two hovers hiding at the back. It's not quite finished in terms of its body, because we did run out of CPU, which is a bit of a shame, but honestly I'm quite happy with it. It's a bit stumpy, it's a little bit stout, so it looks rather dwarven. It looks like a dwarf paladin or something. It's a quite curious build, but I did fall in love with it, so that's what we're staying with. My ideas so far have really gone down to medic plasma, medic laser, or perhaps even rail laser or rail plasma. Although I've been finding rails to be a little bit lacking at the moment, I do still adore them, and I want to test them out more since they received most of the changes in the recent patch. Although of course all weapons had a change, I found theirs the most intriguing and the hardest to quickly notice, so I do want to test them out a bit more in the future. Right now I don't have all of the weapons maximum ranking versions. I do have it for the medic, of course I have the flak, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I will be testing out the one level under the maximum version of each robot. The maximum version, I think, is the best way of saying it. The maximum ranking, the not bestest version. So, and then once we get enough RP and stuff, we'll simply buy an upgrade. So it's something to work towards in the future. We're currently level 89, and hopefully by the end of today, we'll have hit level 90. We are so close to getting the mega segments, and then eventually, of course, getting the mega module itself. So for now, we're going to try something I have been trying quite a lot recently, which is medic plasma, although I don't quite know where the weapons are going to go, because this was built around having a flak on the top, and then pretty much nothing else. If I could, and we had enough CPU, I would simply put a flak cannon on top, and then try out a few medic guns, and we might try that later actually, as that's a pretty cool concept, being able to defend against airborne targets whilst healing those nearby. And now I've said that, I really want to try that out. So let's put our flak down. So maybe we will try that, because I haven't actually tried out that yet. So how much CPU do I need? I need 26 each. So if we took away the hovers, I should be able to put these maybe on the arms. Yeah, we could put these on the arms quite easily like that, and that way we are now a medic flak. That isn't bad, honestly. That's a combination that should work pretty well, I'd imagine, if it works as I think. Ground damage for flak has been nerfed. I'm not quite sure if that's mentioned here. The blast radius is high, Power consumption, damage, okay, I can't quite see anything. I did see in the patch notes that the damage against ground units has been lowered a little bit. I'm not quite sure if that's actually true. I'll quickly read up on the patch notes after this episode and put it in the description below in case that's wrong. So any corrections, feel free to read the description. They're probably already there, as I tend to notice my mistakes in editing. Nothing else really to do, can't really afford much else, want to save up for the upgraded weapons of different types. Thankfully we do have the flak. So let's just get into a battle and see if this is a combination I like. Something tells me it will be, because I did fall in love with flak just before the patch hit, so I can imagine flak medic will be awesome. As always, there is one person who is currently not premium, thus not allowing us to have our plus 200% bonus. What a shame indeed. So of course right now we don't have our hover blades, so that is a shame, but let's just stick with the group as much as possible, try and heal up anyone we can, and just do our best. One thing I will say is with the healing weapons now, the nano disruptors, or whatever they're called fully, less isn't exactly bad. Having only a couple of them is actually really effective because of how fast they fire. I tend to be completely okay with only having 2 or 3, as opposed to before where if you didn't have 6, you were in for quite a bad time. Where is our Megabot? Is that you, Megabot? Okay, not quite sure why you're going down the middle, but okay, that's fine. We'll, try and heal you if you get damaged anyway. Oh, wow, you were frail. Enemy airborne. Let's just use our flak for a sec. We're going to be being targeted by missiles. Let's just start walking back. Hopefully it'll be out of range by the time they're fired. I doubt it. Nope, sadly, all hitting me, but block spam galore didn't really do all too much. I don't think he quite realises that he's out of range. That's okay by me. Just keep letting him waste his shots. Until we see another airborne target, just keep the nanos on automatic. Oops, shouldn't be jumping, there's a flak firing here. Thankfully, the nanos now have a lot more range than they used to. I really wish that flyer got a little bit closer. Nice, get a few shots off on the flight. No, already out of range again. A bit of a slow battle, but I do find that battles are a lot slower now than they used to be. Oh, Rosefall's bots became really popular again at the moment. I guess because flyers have become popular again. Just more traditional styles of planes. Only one medic gun left. Still able to heal very quickly though, mind you. And of course, thankfully now, we can shoot and still heal. Oh, that's a shame. But you still can't heal if you get hurt. Oh, hello. That's okay by me. Only one shot going off, but even so. Not going to kill him, but at least I've got him out of the air for the time being. Swap back over to medics. Although, saying that, you look like a more dedicated medic than I am, so perhaps just leaving it to you might be better. Let's go for the guns. Okay, got one of them off. With the energy now, it really is quite difficult to get a barrage of flak out, which is a crying shame, honestly. Ah, that little guy behind him's a medic, that's a shame. Just keep moving, don't let that gun be hit too many times. Come on, one more shot to his gun should remove it. There it goes. Oh no, it's still there. Okay, our gun's been removed, however. Thank you, healer. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have jumped. Don't know why I jumped then, honestly. I mean, it worked out for the best then, but was a very silly thing to do regardless. Took off his gun, again. This is such a long... Wow. He must be able to heal so quickly with so many guns, but he's probably quite frail against anyone with actual anti-ground weaponry. How the... I was trying to aim for the weapon, but I can't believe all those shots were missing. Took out one of his guns again. Still the flak for that, to be honest. Guy's gun again. Can we perhaps hit again? That would be lovely if we could hit the front one. Nope, sadly, just got out of the range. Turn on our healing ability for a second, get some more CPU done. Let's go for the medic a little bit instead. Well, took out 2 of his SMGs there. And back to heal mode. Thank you. I've took out the guns so many times. I must have got so much CPU damage done this battle. Just by doing that with him. My aim has been terrible that battle, but we won regardless. I did not think we were going to win. Sadly, not as well as I thought, but oh well. We got 6 assists, we did a fair bit of healing, a fair bit of damage. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. Just a bit on the weird side. 1,357,000, of course, because we are currently in premium, and we already hit level 90. Wasn't the best showing, to be brutally honest, mostly because of my own gameplay, but I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. I think maybe more healing weapons might be better so he can be more of a dedicated healer using the flak less, or just more flak orientated. I'm still not sure how to play this. That's one of the biggest problems, honestly. So let's just get into another match, as we are, and see how we do again. Now we've got a bit more of a feel for it. Would you like a nose gun because we have the spare CPU? Sure, have a nose gun. Second battle using the same setup. Hopefully this time we'll do a little bit better now that we understand that flak is very power hungry and we really need to watch our power levels when we're swapping between flak and our medic guns. Most of that battle I was out of power trying to hit something and just wasting shots. That and my terrible accuracy made for not the best starting battle, so maybe we'll do better this time. After this I'll swap over to possibly medic laser or medic rail. Medic rail is something I haven't actually tested yet, so perhaps that will work out for the best. Oh, our friend there being very, very hurt. Let's quickly heal him back up. Oh, I see a lot of damage. I was hoping perhaps to get that one shot then to explode, but sadly not. Oh, Tesseract, let's see if we can hit him at least once. There, well, we hit him at least once. There we go. Literally did what I went out to do. Let's heal our friends. I think we are under attack from behind, which isn't the best. Everyone healed? Nope, yours will hurt, okay. Okay, the enemy is there. Wish we had our own disc shield right now. Would be very useful. And that is exactly why I am trying to save up for disc shield. I'm not going to bother trying to do damage to enemies unless there are airborne targets, I feel. That might be better, so we are more of a dedicated healer until that point. With our third gun, we are healing ridiculously quickly. Although I'm not quite sure how it actually scales. It does say on the patch notes, again if I'm wrong, they'll be in the description, that the nanos do scale past 6 in terms of how fast you heal. So, of course, that means the more you add, the faster you heal. But I don't really feel like that's completely true sometimes. But again, I am just going off how they feel, not exactly how they do. Whoa, that's a lot of damage. Let's focus on the Megabot now. Okay, swapping over. Let's try and do a little bit of damage. Wow, I am really sucking with the flak today. Oh, beautiful. That was gorgeous. And back to healing. This is definitely how it should be used more so, rather than just constantly going to try and do damage all the time. If there's a flying target which is vulnerable at the time, swap over to flak, otherwise just try and keep everyone around you healed. Speaking of which... Oh! I forgot how long range nanos are now, it's kind of glorious. And he's back to full health. Wonderful. This is the long-range version, using the the left mouse button. Okay, now I'll fire. I can't resist that. I'm going for the gun directly there, seeing if I could be the one to break it off. I could be trying to heal my friend there, but I have removed almost all of his weapons, which is very, very nice indeed. Okay, back to heal mode. Let's see if we can get him. Oh, he's actually automatically healing. That was good. And our friend there's healing him as well. Although our team did let the Tesseract heal up, which is a shame. Tesseracts will never be removed from this game. As long as those blocks connect in the way they do, Tesseracts, no matter how much the health is nerfed, will never be removed. They're definitely more vulnerable now, and against rails in particular, but even so. That was better. Why couldn't that be our first match? Focusing a lot more on healing there, only using the flak when I have to. I actually really like the idea of this combo, and I'm hoping to get better at it. And of course, once we're maximum CPU, we can have more nano weapons, we can perhaps have a little bit of shielding. Then I think this bot will actually do okay. But for now, let's quickly swap over to a different weapon type and test it out in another battle. I am sorry for my speech today, I am so sickly this morning. Let's get into another match. The last battle gave us over 1 million RP and leveled us up yet again, so I was able to quickly grab a 5th railgun, and now we are going to be trying out rails and nanos. I am almost certain we are going to be sticking with nanos and some other weapon, because I just love the concept of being able to heal allies and then do damage when necessary. It really fits my playstyle very, very well. It's just trying to figure out what is the best combo for me. I also think that being there is going to have some issues. I don't want to make any major changes to the robot until I'm certain about what type of weapon I am going to stick with on a more permanent basis. So for now we have some very weird sections trying to hold all the weapons in place. It is quite nice learning the game again, learning about what is your favourite type of weapon, your favourite combinations, but at the same time, it can be a little bit time consuming, so let's get straight into a battle and see how this does. How do the rails hold up as an assistance weapon to a medic robot? And so begins the last battle of the day, with the maximum plus 200% to our RP gain, which is glorious. So here's hoping our team actually wins. It would be a shame if this 200% was laid to waste, which it very well might be. Our Megabot only has 2 guns. That is concerning. Okay, a little... very much concerned there. Okay, try and stick with the team as much as possible and heal them whilst we can. Although we do have rails, I will be trying to act as a healer for the majority of this battle. Although right now we are in just such a good position to perhaps take a couple of shots. Did that really just miss? I thought it was a shoo-in for a hit. Obviously not, but even so. With only this many guns, our fire rate is pretty slow, but of course we don't have to reload. So, about me being a medic. Apparently I might have lied. I'm so glad this guy isn't trying to spin or anything, I'm just happily knocking off his guns over and over again. That was rather nice, it must be said. Okay, let's go back to being a medic now then, shall we? That wasn't the worst of starts. Oh, our Megabot's already in a bad position. I have no faith in that guy. The aiming feels a little bit off. Perhaps it's just because it is now an actual projectile. It just feels so much more different than it used to. Really do have to relearn the game quite a bit at the moment. Well, I did just spot him. Yeah, I definitely did according to the map. It is weird that you don't see the names from across the map anymore. That is a very curious thing. I will be doing a battle arena in the next episode because I do need to test out the increased overclock limit to see how that's really changed things. Try and heal anyone that comes close by. I'm starting to think perhaps rails aren't the best one because of how much time they do take to aim and getting into a good position and such. It makes them a lot more difficult to use. And of course, right now I am using the railgun way too much. I could be... okay, now I'll heal. Let's heal the guy in front of us if we can. And the church bells are going off in real life. What a good timing. It isn't even like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or anything. It's like 20 past. Why are they going off for? A wedding, perhaps? I think I hit his gun. It's hard to tell. Oh, you're being hurt so much. Let's get you back to full as fast as possible. That alpha strike, though. And we're out of power. Our power levels have been drained. Our healing is now significantly slower. Bell, stop tolling the end for us! It's not helping my morale. Of course, the Mega SMGs do fire a lot faster. Sorry, the Mega Lasers do fire a lot faster now, don't they? Even if you only have one, it fires like 6, and it doesn't quite increase in the same way. I'm not sure how that works 100%, to be honest. Still need to learn things. A lot of things. There we go, before he could complete his full volley. Oh, our Megabot's being a bit too aggressive there. Going for his rotors just so he can't stick his head out again to fire. Would have gone for the gun, but that would take way too much time. Okay, power's been depleted again because of too much healing. We are pushing forward at least, but I'm not sure if it's for the best. Okay, he's going to fire, so we can just quickly duck behind here. No one needs healing. Fantastic. Allow my power reserves to get back up, so our healing will be a lot quicker. I don't know how I feel about Rail Medic. It's actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was at the start, honestly. Well, looks like we might win, which is very good considering the whole plus 200% thing. Whoa, that got out of control quickly. Are you fighting the Megabot? It looked like that was Mega SMG fire. It's weird how the guns lock into place. I love it, but it's so weird. There we go. Face the skies, my friends. Come on, aim. Oh yeah, I forgot the one on the top. I'm more used to having rails on my walker, honestly. Whoa, we got the highest score. 7-7-7-7. That's kind of awesome. But wow, we got the highest score there by a long shot. Not bad. That actually went really well. I need to get used to rails again. I need to get used to flak. I need to get used to medic. I need to get used to everything again. 2 million RP! What a fantastic way to end it. Will it level me up as well? Of course it will. We have the mega mech legs available to us. We're almost level 93. What an awesome way to end the episode. And with that, if you have enjoyed the episode, then of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Robocraft is a series you wish to see continued in the future. And before we go, what I'm quickly going to do is just remove all this and add the hover blades back to the back. They were only the weaker ones because they were cheap at the time. And I'm going to quickly put this onto the store. So if you would like to buy this, I would recommend buying the legs because everyone always seems to want to buy everything I build. At least one person does. Robo10. Nameless. Legless. You add these. Built for medic plus secondary gun. Smiley face. I don't know what to call this, so if you have any suggestions, but yeah, like I said, likes, favourite, shares, you get the idea. Thank you so much for watching. Next time, we might be level 100 and building our final robot. It depends if I live stream this over the weekend or not. If not, we'll have one final episode, which will probably be a bit longer than usual, getting to level 100. Thank you so much for watching. We're almost there, and I'm tempted to save up for a module. Thank you, and goodbye.